Hi guys, Mugsy Makes here. We are working on a journal page. What I like to do is my journal pages end up being inspiration for my next art project. So my next one I'm going to be doing is some bohemian beads and some terracotta clay essential oil diffusers. I got this idea obviously from the wonderful, fabulous Cali Black. Check her out. She's amazing. She's sweet. She is like the essence of what is good with people today. So what I do usually is just doodle, basically. Just doodle about what I'm going to be doing, you know, on my next project. So here we go. Got my copy. Oh yeah. Let's see. First I'm going to put down some texture. I'm going to do this with some of this drywall tape because right now we're actually working on fixing some things in the house, and we did some drywalling back a little while ago, so it was time to use this for something other than the wall. So yeah, I like to cut some of these up so that way we're just not even everywhere. I like randomness. One of my kitties is at my door meowing, upset that I'm not paying attention to him, I am sure. Alright. I try to use up all my scraps. Why not? It's there. It is hot here. I live in northern Idaho, and we usually have decent summers, but not like this. We've been damn near 100 degrees for the last couple days, and then before that it's been in the 90s, like mid to upper 90s for easily like 9-10 days before that, and it doesn't look like the next 9-10 days out as anything less than maybe low 90s, and that's really hot here. So my AC's been going. I'm very lucky to have AC. Not a whole lot of houses in Idaho do. I'm just gonna get some color on this page because I don't want this process to take forever. I have a whole project I want to do, so ooh, paint's getting a little dry. So yeah, if your paint gets dry, you can always add a little bit of water. My water is distilled water, so just keep it clean. This stuff's pretty dry. Alright, well, I'm gonna add a little more water to this and let this one sit, because I actually, out of the colors that I have, I had reordered turquoise and black, so I have another turquoise, so let's see if it's in better shape. Okay. Let's see where we are. Oh, this one's better. Alright, so basically just want a little bit of paint. Just add some color to this page. So we're not so drab. I'll go ahead and do some of my pink. I need to clean the lids. Look at that. Messy, messy. Messy, messy. I really like these colors together. Now, even though these colors kind of made a purple, it looks a little blue on the screen, but it's actually quite purpley. This purple will be a little bit darker, and it'll be a good color to use with it. Do it around the areas that already are getting, whoop, we just lost one of those. Already getting a little dark. So very nice. Try to keep all my stuff in one spot where I need to clean it before it gets terrible. That's not for that one. Alright. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and I will be right back. Okay, before we do the black, I want to add a little bit of light to this again. I want to do some texturing, so use that same stencil and just go ahead and I'm going to use some Liquitex matte gel medium. I just recently got this stuff. I've been making all my mediums and a lot of things actually for a while, and I was just finally able to get some of this, and I was super excited. I've been playing with it. Can you tell? It's been fun. So anyways, we just want to add some texture to this, and I'll probably add some white to this here because this will dry pretty clear. Or soak in the color anyways, I should say. Yeah, that looks nice. I'll do some of it over here. Oh, that's looking nice. We're gonna do some up here, I think. Just some over here on the side. Just some over on the side here. I'll need the spaces to write if I so choose. Do a little spot right here. Almost use the stencil when you're doing something with gears, because the outside of it actually looks very gear-like. So, alright, I'm going to wash this and I will be right back. Okay, it's mostly dry, so we can continue working on it. I'm going to go ahead and use this white paint. I'm almost out of the white also, it looks like, so but there should be enough. Just do a little braying. Brayer and hit this so I get a little more white in my everything will pop a little bit more. Bring that background out a little bit more. That looks good. Okay, and then we're going to do some silhouettes. Of this cookie cutter with some black. I really like these paints. It's not the only paints I use by far. I use a lot of the basic and cheaper paints, but I have been starting to get a little more a collection of different types because I'm noticing that some things just look better doing art journal pages than other things. So anytime I do something on a big canvas, I obviously wouldn't use these because, you know, there's not a whole lot of them, but yeah, I like these. These are the Dylusions Paint by, yeah. Let's see, I know her name, Diane Reevely. Is that right? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of black here. Put it out on this silicone mat I have. Use my brayer. Slide this over. My desk isn't very big, so I'll kind of spread this out. I'll take this cookie cutter. We're just gonna want to. It's not gonna get obviously the inside impressions, but it will get the outline, and that's kind of what I'm just going for right here. So hopefully this works. I did it on another piece of paper, and it seemed to work okay. So if not, I can probably just outline it with a marker. That's good enough. That'll give me a good outline. Alright. Make sure we get this nice, and I'll do another one right here. Not really used for a stamp or a stencil. It's just a cookie cutter, but I really wanted an elephant. So, and we were just recently making some cookies for the holidays and freezing them so that way we can do all the embellishments later, obviously. And I came across this cookie cutter that we have not used in cookie form for quite a while, so I figured, heck, you can make the trip over to the art studio. So this one's a little harder to see, but like I said, I'll outline it. No biggie. So there we go. I'm gonna wash this up and I will be right back. Alright. Needs a little time to dry. So probably add some gold and silver to this also, and then we'll embellish. No, it doesn't technically, when I'm doing a project, it doesn't technically have to say like next project is boho beads and essential oil diffuser. It just needs to be, you know, all of that idea and all of those paint schemes and mixed into one page, so I just can get it out and then I can start. So alright, I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry for a little while and I will head back here in a moment. Bye. Okay, this should be dry enough. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Posca pens. The black, I really like this black. I like these pens. I just got them a couple months ago and so I've been using the heck out of them. Actually had to order some new black and white ones because I use those colors the most. Alright, so I'm just gonna outline these so that, you know, like this one's pretty good, but make sure everything's kind of connected and, you know, gets cute little tail in there. Let's see. He kind of goes up like this and into the tail, huh? Hard to see right there. There we go. They're a little bit easier to see. And then I'm just going to embellish these guys a little bit. You know, give them some more detail. Okay, so obviously this isn't working very well because of the raised texture, so I'm gonna put that away and try some of my painters. Okay, so basically what I did here is I didn't hit record, so that's messed up. I used some of the Inca Gold, old silver, and the copper, and just to bring up the highlights to this again. And if I didn't record the outlining, I just took some of the painters gold and silver pens and did some highlighting, put a little bit of yellow, you know, for a pop of color in the page, because we like color, you know. And the tape was already kind of yellow and coming through, so why not? Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry and then retrace and buff out this Inca Gold, and I will be back. Okay, I shined it up a little bit and added a little bit of the Inca Gold. And once this dries again, I'll re-outline the elephants. Until then, let's go ahead and do a couple things to, like, finishing touches, even though we're not terribly finished yet, close to finishing. But I like to take my ink pad, my StazOn. I like this brand. I use a couple other ones, but this is handy. And I like to just ink my pages on the edges. It gives us this nice, I don't know, finished look. I like it. And sometimes I'll even make sure I rub some of it into, you know, onto the page, so that way it kind of bleeds, I guess, into the actual page. I'm a very messy worker, if you can't tell. I spend a lot of my time cleaning my art room, because after I make something, I'm just such a mess. So I'm sure a lot of people are like that, although I do watch some videos on YouTube that some of the people there have the cleanest, most organized craft rooms I have ever seen. And I don't know if I could do that. I kind of like the chaos. So anyways, it just kind of lines the paper on the edges. I like to look. So I'm going to do that. And I'm in search for my good Sharpie, because my paint pens just are not working all that well. I'm worried that I've stored them incorrectly, so let's hope that I have not. And we can finish this page. So I added a little bit to the blankets on them. So, but it really just needs to dry at this point, and then we'll go through and punch up the color again and make sure you can see our elephants. But getting a bohemian theme, I've got a few other stencils or stamps I would like to use. Look at this one right here. That would a nice pop of, like, light blue or something. I'm not sure, so we'll see. Alrighty, well, I will be back. Alright, I've got my white pen here. It's one of the Uniball Signo pens. It works really well. I like it. I could do a little bit of, I don't know what we're really going to add here. Maybe it's just some highlights. little extra texture doodles. That's always a good thing, right? It's hard to know when to stop or whatnot. And when this is just a basically brainstorming for your project, you know, sometimes it's good just to keep doodling on it. It can bring out some hefty ideas and things you might have not have thought about before. So sometimes just outlining with your white really helps with bringing color forward and your pictures forward. Usually I will try to keep these journal pages to, you know, something under an hour, so that way I can actually get to the project that I'm thinking about. But as we all know, that sometimes doesn't happen. I do try to force myself though, just to keep going. I see a lot of people use a timer, and I actually might start doing that. I'm one of those, oh my gosh, I'm under pressure, a little stressful, and that's definitely not why I do a lot of this. This is strictly stress relief for me, and pain relief, and just all over me time that I adore. Bring some of that out a little bit. Alright. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it here. Like I said, I will bring out a little bit more. Maybe do some stamping. We're needing a nice white, a nice light color to kind of bring a lot of this out. I've got some white stamps, but I'm thinking I'm going to want to do paint just so that it's a little bit thicker. So yes, there. And I kind of want to lighten it back up a little bit here with the Inca Gold, because as much as I like the gold and copper, it really darkened it up, and this will just kind of add to it. Why not? You can still see the others under it, so there we go. So we'll let this dry, buff it, re-outline, and I think we're done. Just a quick page. Something in... I've started a new book lately, so it is just some of my last work, or some of it I'm done with, some of it I'm continuing working on. This is all hibiscus flowers that I've dried, so I'm in the middle of this. I keep coming back to this, so we'll see it later on, I'm sure. So, and then this guy. So there we go. When I start out with my journal, I go ahead and tape the center and gesso both sides. Sometimes I do a full page, like, you know, these. Sometimes I just like to do a side, especially if it's just for a project, inspiration, you know, brainstorming. I don't want to do a ton if I am wanting to do, you know, get into the actual project. So this is just a good start. Like I said, I'm going to add some more to this, but for now I'm going to go ahead and stop, say bye-bye, and pick it up here when I find that everything's dry. Okay, so this is dried. I've buffed the Inca Gold. I want to go ahead and add a little bit more color, and this is a really nice, I believe this is patina. I like this blue quite a bit. Put some here on my mat. We're going to go ahead and use this stamp. A lot of my stamps I've found at the thrift stores lately, so I've been pretty happy with that. Some of the most simple ones have been very happy finds. A little more paint on here. There we go. That should do. Just add a little more color, and obviously I will go back over this. Just gonna flip open the page back here. That should be good. All right, clean these off. All right, we'll try this. Okay, so this is fairly dry. I want to do some kind of border with my silvers and golds. And these are just a Sharpie, and then the painters, which they're pretty nice. But for now, we'll start with that. That and some black. So let's go ahead and do a silver border here so we can really see this. I kind of want to do a big thick one so I can, you know, we can see it here, because this page needs some, definitely some outlining so you can see what the heck is going on. And here I'm just going to outline my elephants because, one, I need them to pop forward a little bit more, and two, the markers just don't seem to be working, so. Excuse me if my head gets in here. I'll do his feet once the silver dries. We want those sticking over the border. I kind of like that look where you have sometimes, you know, things sticking out of your bordered area into where the frame would be. There we go. Now he's popping a lot better. This ear's still pretty funny, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm losing track of my elephant. Seems a little weird. Okay, it'll work. Little tail. We like that little tail. Alright, so glasses back on here. There they are. My lovelies. All right. That's getting there. It's almost dry. So we'll put some kind of border around that. Probably with black. Probably stick with the little dots. So let's do that real quick, and I think we're done. So I always dot my dots in the middle, or like the middle of the corner here. So. Paint burger. All right. Let that dry. We'll come with the white pen again, and then I believe that we are done. I think I'm gonna border this. Border the border. Like I said, this is just kind of my process for my projects that I'm working on. So I said I wanted to make some terracotta pendants that we can use as essential oil diffusers in like your car or your house or in a drawer. Keep your socks smelling nice. Oh my goodness, socks. I love my socks. I don't wear socks in the summer, but in the winter time, oh my gosh, I love to wear socks. Not to bed or anything, but like just, if I was super rich, I would have a new pair of socks every single day. It just sounds fantastic. Alright. So, let this all dry. Come through, hit it with the white, and then hit it with a little bit more of the Inca Gold to pop out those last things, and then we're done. So, let me go ahead and dry. I'm going to turn you guys down. Had a few places where our gold can go back in. And I noticed while I was doing the drying that I have a little missed spot of silver right here. Yes, yes. Right here. Alright. Now, I'm pretty sure I need to wait until everything totally dries to do my white down there. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just finish up highlighting anything. Getting filthy. I don't mind it. It needs to dry, and then I'll do around the circles because I think that would look really nice once it's dry. But it really does need to dry. So we'll let it be, and I will show a final at the end and probably at the beginning of this video. So there we go. Just a quick bohemian page. So I have elephants on my mind because this is obviously looking like an elephant. So beautiful, beautiful elephants. Alright guys, well thank you for watching. This is Mugsy Makes. So anyways, yes, inspiration from this will become something else. So alright guys, thanks. Bye bye. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a few things. I really don't like this border, so I'm going to quick do a little bit of dark border so things can pop out a little bit more, and then I'm done. So if you like watching somebody go through their processes, messy or not, but messy, subscribe to me, follow me. I'll be putting some more videos out. This is my very first. Alright, so I've done a few more outlines and touch-ups and a little more detail. I'm going to go over this border. I really don't like how it's reflecting, and it just needs a little more dark around it. Hello, puppy dogs. The puppy dogs have decided now is the time that they want to play. So anyways, I'm going to finish up the border and maybe touch up a few things, but I'm going to leave this page alone because that's kind of the process, and the issues that I have with it is I can't stop. I want to perfect everything, and this is not not the stage for perfection.